Boys and girls, welcome back to another trading video. So this video is all you need. It's all you need. I'll show you some examples of what I mean by data. But as you can tell here, trading data made me profit. Nothing else. Nothing more, nothing less. Trading data made me profit. So let me move my huge head out of the way, and we'll get started on this presentation. So how data made me profitable. So right now, my trading has flown. It's gone to new heights. Like, I'm consistent, I'm profitable, I'm passing challenges. I'm actually documenting a challenge on my Instagram right now. But it's just so much. Trading's easy if you have data. Like there's no other way of putting it. Trading is so easy when you have data. You take bigger wins. Obviously, you have to trial and test the system, all of this, but we'll go through briefly in this video ways that you can do that and how it can help you out. But you consistently take bigger wins, smaller losses, so you don't need to be worrying all the time when you're taking a loss. Oh, I've taken a loss. I need to change my strategy. I need to move my stop loss. No, none of that, because you've got the data to prove it, and then that gives you the confidence. All your psychological issues go away. Your psychological issues get eradicated, basically, when you have data. That's what happened to me. I was go on to the next slide. The reason being is we all have the historical data there in front of us. We have the charts in front of us. Everyone has them. Everyone's on an even playing field in terms of retail. When you start going into, like, you know, the firms and stuff like this, the hedge funds and everything like that, then you start going into all algorithmic, Jesus, algorithmic style trading, etc., high frequency trading and all that. However, what we have as retail traders, we have the chart in front of us. Chart in front of us. We have the historical data points. And the reason why we need to gather this data for ourselves is setting expectations is a real big one. When you have your expectations set, then you don't go chasing something. When you think, oh, right, this guy's making 10% a month, he might be over risking. He might be taking a fuck ton of trades. You know, you don't know his expectations. You don't know his system. Whereas if you have your own system with historical data points backing it up, you have expectations for yourself. You know, okay, I'm making 2% a month. Let's say if you need to pass a challenge, which has 8%, 10%, you know, okay, I need to probably risk 2% if I want to pass it within 2 months. Okay, so then you have your expectations set. You know your losing streaks, you know your winning streaks, you know your drawdown periods, you know how many trades you're supposed to be taking throughout the week, etc., etc. You then understand that taking losses are just part of the game. Let me move my big head again. This is my current account right now, I believe. I think so. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5 trades where I didn't make any money. Actually, I lost money. In there are roughly two full trades, and the other ones are just like, you know, break-even trades, a little bit spread, etc., etc. But as you can see here, I understand my system. So I understand taking these losses, taking these break-even, these small losses, and these break-even trades. It's just normal. It's completely normal. And then when I go and get a win, bang, 900 quid. Remember back in the first slide, small losses, big wins. That's how you gain profitability as a trader, but then you need the data to back it up. So all of this allows you to become unfazed when going through these drawdown periods. I read somewhere on Twitter the other day that you are made in drawdown. It's completely true. You're made in drawdown because you have your system backing it up. It gives you the confidence. It eradicates all those psychological, you know, psychological issues. But when you're actually in that drawdown, it's down to you to stay disciplined and to stay consistent with your system to the point where don't break it. Don't fucking break it, because that's the data there. telling you for a reason. And if you haven't cheated yourself when creating these data points, like you do some backtesting, like, oh, I would have taken a trade here, or I would have taken out here when it just skimmed your TP, and it's like, oh, I would have taken it out. No, 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 no. Be so systematic to the point where you could kind of like code it into an algorithm so it could trade for you. You have to be that specific and that regimented when creating data point strategies, right? Next slide. So how I did it. So where to start? For me, I started very broad. So I had some basic concepts. So what I wanted to do was I came up, I was just, watching through all these different videos as you do. You take losses and stuff like this, and you go and look at another video, and you take things from there, and it's like, how can I incorporate this into my strategy? I'm taking losses and he's taking wins, etc., etc. Don't work like that. What you need to do is go out for yourself and find something that you're actually kind of like, you're just like, wait, that makes a lot of sense. So for me, it was just equilibrium, right? Equilibrium of ranges. So you pick your range, go on a time frame, pick a time frame, pick your ranges, pick a session, and very, very basic data, like how many times does it break this range and go to the equilibrium? How many times? So that's what I did. So from 3 years of this data point, I can gather all these stats. So I know out of a certain amount of data points over a certain amount of years, and I suggest I suggest going with anything above 3 years of data, because then you stop with the issue of, oh yeah, but this was a COVID year. Oh yeah, but this year there was that happened and stuff like this. No, over 3 years, it kind of balances itself out. Over more and more years, of course, you get a better average. I'm getting onto my 10th year of data points right now, but this is what I was doing from for the first 3 years. And as you can see, then you can start formulating. Okay, it's like 74% of the time equilibrium's hit after coming out of my range. So okay, that's my general concept. That's my broad idea. So then I started to refine it and bring it much more precise. Getting a strategy. How am I going to enter off of these? I know, okay, every time it hits equilibrium, it's 74% of the time, etc., etc. You start actually formulating your own system, right? And this is the things that you can rely on. So what type of data is necessary? For me, the type of data necessary is, you need to know how many trades you're taking a week or month. You need to know your average RR, and you need to know, well, average RR per week will then mount up to average RR per month, etc., etc. The reason why I think it's a big thing is because most people are lacking funding when they come into trading. So I think this was the case for me, I think you need to know how much RR, or what percent you're getting per month average. The more years you do, the better average you're going to get, etc., etc. This will ebb and flow, of course. These are averages, but this is the only thing you can go off of: backed data points, historically backed data points from the chart, from this one concept that you're trying in the charts. So once you have your monthly percentage, then okay, right, got 4% a month, cool. So that's going to take me roughly 2 months to pass a funded challenge, etc., etc. You go on, you go forth, you start making some money. As I said, for the length of time, at least 3 years worth of data points. Anything over that, you start getting much better. And then after that point, it becomes inevitable. It becomes inevitable. The reason being is because you have your own system. Nobody else can fuck with it. Your psychological issues are gone because you've backed over 3 years of data. It's like, okay, this is happening on, all these different types of market conditions. It's on one pair. So you're not second guessing yourself. You're not FOMO. You're not, because just like, okay, I tested this, I can see it. Sometimes, well, 10% of the time, it runs away without giving me an entry and goes all the way to my TP. Who cares? Cool. That's your system. Don't let anybody around you fuck with you and your system. You know exactly how you trade. You know exactly when you should be trading. Are you trading red news days, etc.? These are all the things that you filter out of your system, and then it becomes your system. It doesn't become like an ICT system. It becomes your system. I filter that out. Okay, that don't work. Filter this in. Oh, that makes more money. Okay, I keep that in. How can I incorporate that into this system and that system? Do I wait for a break of structure? Do I enter on limits, etc., etc.? This is then your system and nobody else's, right? So that's when you stop caring about what other people do. When you're on Twitter, for example, well, when I was on Twitter and I wasn't making any money, what I'd do is, I'd be trading, I'd take a loss or I'd take a trade. It'll be a loss. I'll be like, oh. I'll be on Twitter. I'll see everybody else is taking a win when I took a loss. And then I'll try and switch strategies onto theirs. When in reality, all that was wrong with me is I didn't have data points to back it up. That could have just been a losing data point in my overall profitable system that makes 10% a month. You've got an amazing strategy making 10% a month. And because you took a loss that day, you're changing strategies. Do you know what I mean? Do you see what I mean? So this is the point where you don't care about other people's systems. You take a little bit from maybe here and there. Maybe it's like, okay, I really like that concept. I can see it would work in my system as well. Or you have that system and then you go and create additional systems for different market sentiments, etc., etc. So that's that. The other thing, like I said, is you start passing prop firms. Everybody's ideal thing is, I'm doing a journey on this at the moment. My target is $1 million in prop firms. Obviously it's a journey. I'm going along it. I'm not going to stop until I get it. I'm documenting all the way. The best way you can see that is either on my X profile or on Instagram. Instagram's a lot more reels and video footage of it. More breakdowns are in X. But everyone's ideal situation is having $1 million in prop firm money and being able to withdraw at least 1% a month. And that's possible. That's completely possible. The problem is people don't get to it because they don't have data backing up their system. So then they keep on switching. Then they blow an account. They over leverage. Oh, they make a loss. They over leverage to get that loss back. Then they blow the account. Then it's, oh, now I don't have any money left. I need to go and work. So then when you go and work, then you put trading on the back burner. And then you forget about trading. And it's like, oh, right. And then you pick it up again because like there's a new ICT video that came out and then you get sucked in. Don't do this. Don't do this. Do yourself a favor and become profitable by collecting data. Please. It'll be a lot less scammier place on the internet for Forex of trading in general if you just gathered data and stop just pouncing around, changing from strategy to strategy. And in the end of the day, you make more money off of it. You make more money because you're passing prop firms. You have validation. You feel good. You know that losses are part of the game. Your wins are bigger than your losses anyway, etc., etc. And then once you accumulate all of these facts and all of these data points, then you become that person that you've always wanted to become. You can take holidays wherever you want. You can get this nice car. Look, this Aston Martin, sick. I mean, I don't even know what watch this is. It's just I just picked it. But you start getting all your watches you want, all of these things. You start giving back to your community. You are where you are because of your hard work, but also for the people behind you, your family. You want to start giving back to your family. How much dedication have they put into your life, not just trading, into your life? You give all you need to start, you start giving back, but you become a better person because of it. And this is all because you've done yourself a favor and got data points on your system. Your system shows that you're not getting good data points, or the data points are showing you that your system's not good. Good, change it. Add something in. Do I need to wait for a break of structure? Try and get that profitable bit of your strategy from the data points. Make it historical, at least 3 years. And that's all I have for you today. Do yourself a favor, get the data points, and become profitable. Turns out.